Hey blockchain dads, welcome to a very special episode where today we're going to be talking about a specific altcoin, but at the same time I want to take a moment to go over some of the basic about cryptocurrency so that we can use this video to help our friends who don't know anything about it. And also I'm going to try to use this video as an opportunity to just kind of put everybody on the same page, specifically about the token that I'll talk about at the end of the video here. But I want to pave the groundwork here so everybody understands kind of what is the mindset here. And there's a few things that I'd like to agree on first. So one of the things is that when we talk about crypto and we talk about cryptocurrency, a lot of people kind of who don't know anything about it, there's a common misconception because everybody puts everything into one category. They put digital currency, which is Bitcoin, and utility token, like Ethereum. Well, look, I refer to it as a utility token. Some people give it a different name. But Bitcoin is a store of value, right? The only thing that Bitcoin can do is exchange and store value, right? You can't do anything else with it. Ethereum, on the other hand, and Binance Smart Chain and KuCoin and there are a whole bunch of other ones, they have an actual utility, right? You need Ether in order to use the Ethereum network. So if you want to buy or sell something on Ethereum, like an NFT, or you want to go ahead and invest in another token, you would be using Ethereum to transact all of your transactions. It's like equivalent to having a really nice car in your garage, but you don't have the gasoline to use it, right? So same thing, you need Ether to use the Ethereum network. Bitcoin is just Bitcoin, and therefore it's a digital currency, right? So it's important to people out there begin to recognize that these are two separate categories, the digital currency and something that has a utility to it. So within the category of utility tokens, you have these different networks, Ethereum, and I'm going to put this one down on the board, which is the Binance network, right? Binance Smart Chain. Binance. So, you know, I'll tell you personal experience with Ethereum where when I first bought Ethereum, I only bought it for the price action, right? I'm buying it because I'm thinking that the price is going to go up and all I can do is hold Ethereum. But then I quickly realized that I actually need Ethereum because I wanted to buy a few things. I wanted to buy an NFT on OpenSea. And so I had to go out to Coinbase and buy Ethereum in order to transact, in order to buy something, which is really interesting. And then you can start thinking about the supply and demand. Just like the gasoline in the car, you need the gas to move forward, right? And there's a supply and demand to it, right? So people need the gas, therefore you have a price of the gas that's set and it fluctuates throughout the world. Same here, you need Ethereum. So what's happening in the Binance network specifically is that the gas fees on Ethereum are really high. Binance, they're not very high. And it's a fork off of Ethereum. Similar code, just a few concessions were made to speed up the process and make it less expensive. And as a result of that, you have a lot of new projects that are being launched on Binance. I'm going to give you one specifically so you can kind of understand how does this comes together before I move on to the next token here. So there's a token specifically, I remember it's called Sonar Platform. I'm going to give them a shout out here, great guys. And they are out there building a dashboard for traders. So you can go ahead and log in this dashboard and start trading, and you can see a lot of different analytics and you can see a lot of different features about the token on the dashboard that's living on top of Binance. And here what's interesting in terms of the utility, right? In order for you to use the dashboard, you have to buy the ping token, right? So you can't access the dashboard, you can't do anything with it unless you have the ping token. I'm going to put just kind of ping here. It's okay to give these guys a shout out. Sonar is the trading platform. So there's an actual utility, right? So you want to go and you want to trade, you want to see some analytics, but you can't unless you buy ping. So the more people who buy ping, the more demand there is, the price of the token goes up, right? So now we have a general idea here, just kind of, you have these two different worlds here. You have the store of value digital currency, you have the utility token that's actually used for something. And now we find that on the Binance network, people are able to start launching projects with a variety of different tokenomics, right? One specifically, and this was my entry point, the specific, I'm going to keep this up here actually. And by the way, guys, this is my first time doing it. This is not financial advice. I just want to go ahead and get some information out there. And specifically, there's a token. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just erase this all now because I want to concentrate on this specific token. It's called Baby XRP. Baby XRP. And it's very special. I'm going to explain to you why. Baby XRP, right? It has a utility, a very interesting utility. The utility is passive income. And that's something we have not seen out there before. We've seen tokens that get launched, the meme tokens, right? The mini Doge, the baby Doge, the Dogecoin itself, right? Actually, I should have put it over there with the Bitcoin. It's just a store of value, no use to it. And so now you have people who are trying to go ahead and find a utility for it. And this idea of passive income is very special. So the one thing that Binance allows, these smart contracts, what they allow for are tokenomics, right? And in allowing for tokenomics, it means that every trade, every transaction can have a tax that's built into it. And here, specifically, the tax is 17%, right? 17% on every purchase and sale, which prevents people from swing trading, right? It means for you to take a position is going to cost 17%, and then for you to exit is going to cost 17%. So that's 34%. And check it out. This is what's happened. And this is what's really fascinating to me about how this smart contract works, because the smart contracts that are launched on the Binance network here, I mean, they're set. And everything's transparent. You can see everything that's going on. And what happens here is that it comes out, and you have 2% that is automatically burned. So that's a deflationary mechanism. It means that supply shrinks, right? So less supply, more valuable the tokens become. So it's a really nice embedded deflationary mechanism. Then you have 5% that's going to liquidity, LP. This is going to be burn, liquidity pool. What happens here, and I'm going to go ahead and use the SafeMoon as an example, and kind of interesting analysis to make. You look at the overall market cap, and then you look at the liquidity. And I like to look at the ratio, but I also like to see how much money is in there. So right now, SafeMoon has $1.6 billion. That's their market cap, right? But there's only about 55 million in liquidity. And if you look at the top holders, it means one person can take all of that liquidity. I know it sounds crazy, but you can go ahead and do a little bit of research to understand how this works better with some other YouTube videos out there. But recognizing that that liquidity, it has to be bigger. And so we have 5% that's going into the liquidity, and over time with every trade, that liquidity increases and becomes more resilient to sales, right? Then we have 5% that's going to marketing and operations. Now this is very important. It's very, very important for a project out there. Whatever it is, there needs to be money that's going with the smart contract from the taxes. It's going to the team, the developers, to continue growing the project. If there's no money going in, it's not growing. Think about it. Would you invest in any company that presented something to you out there and they have a great product, but they don't have a marketing plan? They don't have the money to spend on marketing and get the word out to the community, to the investors, to the public. You would be reluctant to invest in that because you're going to ask yourself, well, how are they going to get the word out there? Here, you have the money going into it. It's actually exactly, it's 3% going to marketing and 2% going to operations. And that money is used to continue to spread the word and make sure that more people find out about this project. And now here is where it gets really, really, really interesting. And this is what makes this one so unique. And I'm going to go ahead and try to help you understand it a little bit from a completely different perspective. You have 5% is called a ripple effect. It means that 5% from every trade is being accumulated in a wallet, part of the contract, and every 3 days this amount gets dispersed among all of the token holders. And here's where it gets really interesting for me, is that primarily everybody on the Binance Smart Chain Network, they're used to the price action. You buy the baby Doge at some low point in hopes of that going to a higher level and then selling it. And that is the only play that you have, right? So a utility token like Ping I mentioned earlier, you actually buy it because you need it. But when you're talking about a lot of other tokens that have no utility, the only thing that you can do as an investor is buy low and sell high and hope to actually get lucky there, right? Hope that you can actually sell high before the whales sell and completely take down your position. And so because that's the only play, most of the community in the Binance Smart Chain world, they're used to that. They're used to just coming in, making that play. And because this environment is so easy to launch a token, you have gazillions of tokens being launched, so many scams, there's a lot of skepticism. And as a result, the people's mindset is now kind of a little shifted and being scared to invest. And everything is the same, because everybody got burned. I mean, I've invested in most of the tokens that I've mentioned here as far as the meme tokens. I've invested, I didn't get anything out of it. But here, you now have this distribution, and I come from a business world, and specifically from the real estate world, and this is how I go ahead and apply here. So we're going to take this 5% from baby XRP, and here's what we're going to look at. First, we have the timeline of how exactly it works and what makes it special and different to other reward tokens. People have tried to do a reward token where they pay out a percentage from the transactions, but they do it every hour. So there's absolutely zero incentive to hold your asset. Now, if you go ahead and extrapolate, if you go out into the real world, you think about real estate assets. People buy real estate assets, they put tenants in there, and they hold, right? I mean, same thing with a stock market, right? You go, you buy a stock, you hold, and especially you like the ones that pay you dividends, right? Some passive income. Dividends you can reinvest or go spend it on dinner, house, car, whatever. And so here what happens is that a snapshot is taken, right? Day 0. I'm recording this video now, it's evening, July 19th. Last snapshot was taken about 24 hours ago on the 18th. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put 18th here. And then another snapshot is going to be taken on the 21st. Oops, a little dyslexic here. 21st. Anyone who did not sell within this time frame qualifies for the distribution. So you hold, snapshots taken, you don't sell, you get your passive income. And that passive income comes from that 5% of the trading volume. And so you have 3 days, 1, 2, 3 of trading volume. If you sell within this period, here is the punishment. If you sell within this period, you do not get this reward. Right, so that right there keeps people holding, and here's where it gets really interesting for me, because when I think about it, I say, whoa, think about what people do in real estate, right? And think about this passive income here. In real estate, people buy, they hold, and they don't think about the ups and downs. They're not worried necessarily to buy low and then to sell high. They know they will sell high years down the road after they've collected all of this passive income. The only people who care about buying low and selling high are the flippers. And you ask yourself the question, do you want to be a flipper, or do you want to be a savvy investor, the landlord, who just collects the rent payments and can go on a vacation, spend time with the family, so forth and so on? So with baby XRP, if you think about it here, I'm holding, right? And here's the chart, right? The chart is going to do this, right? Right, whatever direction is going to go. I don't care about any of these price points. All I care is about the volume. Volume, right? Because if there's volume, then I'm getting cash. I'm getting cash every 3 days. Well, what I'm getting is a pegged XRP. So what they're paying me rewards in is an actual, an XRP on a Binance network that's pegged to the price of the real XRP. Right, so you can go ahead and just hold on to that, because as the price of XRP increases, then you have this additional investment. You can sell it and pay your rent. You can sell it and reinvest right back to baby XRP. Whatever you want to do, you do you. But the idea of the volume play and the idea of getting the residual income, so as you sit tight, you go do what you got to do. If you have a job, you have kids to take care of, that's fine. All you're thinking about is volume. As the volume continues and the volume continues to increase, you get more and more rewards back. And the rewards are paid in baby XRP based on the percentage of the circulating supply that you have, right? So in this case, the circulating supply, it's one, I'm going to give it 1Q, 1 quintillion, right? However, they have already burned about 33%, right? And this is wallet, if you kind of are savvy and you want to look it up, wallet number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Pancake Swap. Okay, this is LP, and this is the X sales. And so combined, this accounts for about 49%. So 49% of the circulating supply is actually not receiving the rewards. It's the rest of the people, everybody who holds the tokens. And then so you're already getting this kind of, hey, you as part of the supply, you actually, you know, if you think you're holding 1%, you actually qualified for 2% of the rewards. And then on top of that, as I showed you earlier, with these snapshots here, right? When the snapshot is taken from, you know, day 0 to day 3, let's say here we started off with 2,000 holders, right? But by the time the final snapshot is taken, only 1,000 people qualify because they sold, right? Sold, blah, blah, blah. They sold around here. And so now, of that reward pool is getting distributed to only 1,000 people, right? So a true incentive to hold the tokens. And so this mindset, I think, is really interesting because I think for the first time we're seeing something out there that is not necessarily the price action play. It's an actual passive income that you can really depend on because the volume, it's not going away, guys. The price is going to go up and down, but every time somebody buys or sells, remember, one person who buys and that same person who sells, not only are they giving 34% of whatever they did back into the project, but they're also disqualified from receiving the rewards. And so now the idea of investing in something that's going to give you passive income, regardless of what's happening with the price, and you know that if you hold this for some months, naturally, with the marketing budget that I mentioned earlier and everything that's going to happen, naturally the price will increase and you can take your profit there if you have to. But in my case, when I ran my math, based on what it costs to buy the token today, and based on the payout schedule, even at the same base level, the returns are unbelievable, right? And again, this is not financial advice. Please don't do anything just because you're watching this video. This is just to explain to people a little bit that there are things out there, there are financial instruments that are being created that really make sense. The kind of half of the equation here I think it's worth mentioning is that, you know, it's a great project, has amazing tokenomics and everything, but what's really, really important is the team, right? Because like anything else, right? Like you can have the best service in mind, you can have the best product in mind, but if you don't have the team who can execute on it, it's not going anywhere. The team behind this project, they are already very well respected in the community. They have launched other projects before that were successful, and they stepped into this and put everything into this project. And so they've invested a lot more than I have. They probably invested a lot more than many people combined together, right? And so they are on the voice chats and Telegram room every day, answering questions, having meetings with marketing teams and influencers to get the word out and let this project grow because we all want to succeed together. So again, just kind of going back and a little recap is that you have two separate categories in crypto. You have the store of value, the digital currency. You have the utility tokens, which you actually need to do something on the networks, Ethereum and Binance. And then within this altcoin world, where you do have some utility tokens like Ping that I mentioned, but you also have utility tokens like Baby XRP, which is now, there's no word for them. I don't think this sector has been defined yet. The way I see it is just a completely new financial instrument that actually allows you to get passive income based on the volume. So it doesn't matter how much Baby XRP is worth. What matters, it was what percentage you own in order to go ahead and get the rewards of the XRP. And if you're an XRP fan or know anything about it, I'm sure you're excited to see that this lawsuit will soon be settled and we can only guess what's going to happen to the price of XRP. I hope you found this video informative. Again, I apologize, I don't have the best setup. I mean, my wife is downstairs with the kiddo, kind of, right after dinner between bedtime, so I wanted to just go ahead and put something together just to get a little bit of word out. And this little different mindset is that for the first time, we're seeing something that has a passive income capability and where the price doesn't matter. And for you or your friends to see it that way, I'd like for you to have an aha moment similar to the aha moment I had when I was researching baby XRP and said, wait a minute, I can now invest in something and step away from the charts, right? I mean, I think that we've all felt this, right? Sitting there middle of the night or waking up early morning, like, what's going on? And, only to wake up that the price went down and you lost 50%, or, I mean, I've lost 80 to 90% in certain times. And that's it, there's nothing that happens. But if there is price action in baby XRP, whether it's up, whether it's down, I'm fine because the passive income that's coming in. All right, well, thank you guys. Look, comment in the videos, let me know if I didn't cover something or I misrepresented something, because I would like to maybe just make another version of this that would be better. So if you can help me improve, I would appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Please share and of course comment so I can go ahead and get better at this. Thanks so much. Bye.